think of the body being an instrument to interact with the world outside, how do you interact with the world? The body is there as always. It doesn't do a lot of things, but it does a few things very efficiently. The way the body interacts with the world is through five senses, which we all know: the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, and the body itself. Using these senses, we interact with the world. When you look at a beautiful tree, the eyes are looking at it. The consciousness behind the eyes knows that this is a tree, and then this image has been processed by our brain. When it comes to the mind, which is going to create a similar image of the tree, is going to do a lot of things with that image. So we all know of these five senses. In the Buddhist philosophy, there are 8 senses, depending on which scripture you're looking at. We all know these 5. We are familiar with this. The sixth one, the sixth sense, is the mind. The mind here means mano. It simply means the mind which take in all these inputs, right? It's receiving all the inputs. When I look at something, I get an image. When I smell something, that information is going into me. And then I hear a sound. All of these are inputs. The mind receives this input, and then it creates an image. When I look at my friend who is sitting in front of me, the eyes is going to receive that information, the ears, the sounds, and all of that is taken inside. And the mind is going to construct a beautiful image of your friend who is sitting outside. You are interacting only with that friend or that image inside that mind. The mind is the creator of all these mental objects. Whatever you come across in the world, this is all created there. So the mental objects creating mind is called the sixth sense. And then comes the seventh. The seventh sense is nothing but what we call as vijnana, is the consciousness. The consciousness receives all these mental objects, and it receives inputs from all these senses. And this is where our ego is formed. We are all familiar with what this ego is, the ego self, that is represented by this consciousness. The entire consciousness of a human being is this representation. When this consciousness is clean, is purified, that is when you are able to get that joy you receive from meditation. So that is the last state we want to try today. And then there is this eighth consciousness, which is called alaya, which is nothing but storage of all these things as memory. We are all familiar with the memories which keep coming back. They are stored as seeds in that consciousness. So that is important to understand, not for this class. So just know that there is the eighth consciousness. We are not going to go deeper into it. With this introduction, let us start with the first meditation, the body. And here we are going to focus on all the five senses.